Hey you guys, it has been a stressful, crazy week, and we all need a little bit of an escape from the news and the stress. And I've been watching the news every single night. I've been watching the protests and everything that's going on, and I completely 110 million% agree with the protests. Of course, looting, vandalizing, I don't agree with. I also don't agree with the way the cops are treating the protesters at all. And people are absolutely, completely, justifiably furious and angry and upset. And I'm right there with everyone being just furious. I have been to protests before. I'm not participating in protests just because of COVID-19. Myself and two of my kids have asthma, so it's a major risk factor for any of us to really be outside much at all. We actually went for a drive through a national park yesterday because there were just too many unmasked people and we couldn't get out and walk. So for safety, obviously, I can't participate in that way. And I try not to get too political or anything on any of my social media, because honestly, social media in this for me is an escape. Doing my makeup is an escape. I've always wanted my YouTube channel to be a happy, bright, relaxing place, so we're going to continue keeping it a happy, bright, relaxing place, while of course making sure to mention everything that has been going on, because I don't want you all to think, oh, I'm just burying my head in the sand and ignoring it. No, I'm actually very, very involved in knowing what's going on. I just like this space to kind of be an escape for everyone as much as it can be, while starting videos out mentioning the fact that 2020 is basically a giant dumpster fire. This year is just a disaster. Anyway, let's talk about my hair. It's fading, finally. It is fading very unevenly. It actually looks better on camera than it does in person. The bangs, it took a lot of willpower not to just completely freaking chop my hair off this morning. So yeah, we're pretty much just hoping that my hair decides to magically start behaving itself, and in the meantime, I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I think it's more in my head than anything. But quick skin update. I haven't used the micro roller in quite a few days because I'm having major cystic acne breakouts. Yay, thank you, stress. So yeah, that one right there is just not happy. I am doing makeup today just because it's a beautiful day and I felt like putting on some makeup. I was just going to put on this morning and I was like, you know what? I'm putting on makeup. I might as well film it. And just because dressing up nice, wearing makeup, it makes me feel better even when the world feels like it's completely imploding. So today I'm starting out with my Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer. I desperately wanted to leave the house today and go to a coffee shop or something like that. And then I remembered, oh yeah, there's a global pandemic and I can't really do that. But anyway, if I seem like I can't speak really well today, it's just because I've only had 2 cups of coffee today, and the coffee addiction is real right now. I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. I'm mostly using older palettes and things like that lately. This is a very nice neutrals palette, and I was just feeling something very light and soft and like day-to-day. So let's go in with, I'm gonna start with Blur. I'm just popping Blur right underneath my brow bone. And then I'm going to take Retro. It's this really pretty peach color and I just love it. It's probably my favorite shade in this entire palette. I'm just going to pop that in my crease, and I'm just really blending that out. I've been trying to vlog here and there, but it's pretty much impossible because I'm in the house all day, and I think in the house vlogs are boring. I love it when other people do them, but every time I try and film one, I look at it and I'm like, this is boring. I wouldn't want to watch this. So I don't tend to even ever put them out. I'm using this little e.l.f. Definery brush. And let's go in with, there's not really like a good medium shade in here. Let's go in with Endgame. And I'm knocking a lot of that off, and I'm just going to put that right on the lash line. I've been liking a darker, more defined lash line lately, but without having to do a lot of liner and things like that. I'm just kind of smoking that out a little bit so it's softer. By the way, my makeup skills have seriously deteriorated since being home and not filming as much, not going out as much. It's like I have forgotten how to do makeup. So I'm going in with a Morphe M421. I'm going to pick up the shade Reputation. I'm starting that on the middle of my lid. And just patting that out and pulling it slightly over the eyeliner we did just to soften it. I've been really liking softened blurred looks lately, just because with my hair especially being like a hot mess. I like using my makeup to kind of just soften the look of my hair since it's really harsh. Apparently, I've also forgotten how to talk on camera, so I'm grabbing a tiny detailer brush. I'm going to take the shade Barely Baked, which I don't use very often, but it's a really pretty gold tone highlight. I'm just going to work that in on the inner third of my lid. I don't have any foundation or concealer on yet, so we're not going underneath the eye with anything. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows really quick. I am using this little brush from, I think it's e.l.f. that I like. I'm not sure, it's not labeled, but I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow in Taupe. I also filmed a May Favorites. I don't know if it's going up before or after this video. That video was a mess. I may not end up putting it up at all. It was very, very cloudy that day. I was in a mood. I'm not in much of a better mood today, to be honest. Yeah, my moods have just been all over the place because everything has kind of been up in the air and messy, and when you have a lot of plans and it feels like everything is perfectly falling into place, and then a pandemic hits and the whole like everything that those plans were based on goes crazy, readjusting to this being the current state of normal is not fun. Yay, I dropped something. And also cutting bangs was a really bad idea. I do not like the bangs. That is a fact. I have tried. I think other people look adorable with them. I think I just try and be... I'm too low maintenance with my hair. Like, I like doing my hair like every other day. I don't like having to style my hair, like shower, wash it, style it, and then have to restyle it the next day, and then restyle it like 2 hours later because it's being stupid and like, no. Anyway, me and my hair were in a fight, so yeah. I'm going to take that tiny detail brush again, and I'm going into the shade right here, Bribe. This is just very slightly shimmery. I'm going to pop that under the brow bone. And then make sure I have no fallout. Urban Decay shadows are notorious for fallout. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and just pop that where I have pores, basically, at least visible pores. And today I'm going to use my Moonshot Cushion foundation. This is the Micro Setting Fit Cushion in shade 201. This is very, very, very light coverage, but I'm actually going to be using a powder over it today because it's almost too dewy for my skin for summer. Oh, I ordered a new chair. It won't get here until halfway through June, but they finally had it in stock. And of course, like all chairs, it has completely mixed reviews. So I'm not sure if I'm going to love it or hate it, but I finally ordered a gaming chair because the chair I'm in now, which is an office chair that I bought at like Sam's Club a couple of years ago, is incredibly uncomfortable and it makes my back and shoulder way, way worse. And then the chair I have there is actually a dining room chair, which is not comfortable at all either. So neither of these chairs are good for sitting in and editing in, and that's why I needed was a chair I can just sit in for like hours. I was looking up chairs, and I really want something with a high back, like a headrest. All the headrest ones they had just didn't look good, the ones that were standard office chairs. So I went ahead and ordered a pink and white gaming chair. And some people have had problems with them, but I think it'll be okay because I tend to actually be most comfortable in like car chairs, like bucket seats and stuff in cars tend to be really comfortable for me to sit in for a long period of time. So I figured that a gaming chair will work best. Plus it can like recline, which is amazing, and it can rock a little bit, and it has adjustable armrests, which I actually took the armrests off of the chair I'm sitting in now because they were so badly positioned and basically useless. Oh, just in case you're curious, I'm using Tarte Shape Tape underneath my eyes in the shade Light. And I'm also going to use it on this very, very angry giant spot. That scar here and that spot there. The rest, those, nah, not that worried about. Does anyone else's Shape Tape do this after using it for a while? It gets gross. I've already cleaned this one repeatedly and it keeps doing this. I don't know why. I actually haven't done any spot concealing in quite a while, but with this foundation being such light coverage, unless your skin is like right on point, then you really need to spot treat or spot cover. Man, that is angry. I'm about to give the thing its own name and zip code and all of that. Anyway, for powder today, I'm using this. This is the MAC Merle Skin Finish Natural in Medium Plus. And I really, really, really like this powder for summer. I don't tend to powder all during the winter, but during summer, I almost have to. And this powder I really, really like because it actually absorbs moisture from the air and pulls it into your skin, so your skin doesn't look dry. It just helps you get that line between like a dewy, pretty finish and oily, because you can see I've powdered and I still have lots of glow. I just don't look oily anymore, and that's really important if you're using like a super duper dewy foundation on top of moisturizer and things like that. That's when I go in with powder. I try to never use it under my eyes, but again, when it's really hot, I make exceptions. That's one thing I notice a lot in makeup is people won't switch up their makeup during the summer, and that's really, really, really important. Today I'm going in with the BH Cosmetics Professional Blush Palette for my blush, just because of this peach shade right here, and I'm just grabbing a teensy bit of it. Like, look, that stuff is crazy pigmented, so I just pop a ton of it off. If you guys have any suggestions for a peach blush that isn't as pigmented, or even a cream peach blush, please let me know. I love peach blush during summer, but this one's really hard to work with. You have to be careful, or otherwise it can be just a pain. That's actually why I don't like products that are too pigmented. Like for eyeshadows, sure, give me all the pigmentation in the world. But for things like blush, bronzer, etc., I would rather have something that was lighter and buildable than something that's heavily pigmented, because it makes it just too difficult to work with if it's so heavily pigmented. For highlight today, I'm using the L'Oreal Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Gilded Honey. This is a very pretty natural highlight. If you like a highlight that is warmer and more goldeny, but still very subtle, this is like my favorite for that. A tiny bit right there. Right, let's finish up the eyes. I'm going to curl my lashes. Oh, I didn't film it because it was such a disaster, but I just tried the Ardell magnetic lashes with the liner that's in a pot. That liner is awful. If any of you guys have tried magnetic lashes with a good liner, please let me know. That liner was horrible. The lashes themselves are actually really nice, but that liner was a nightmare. It's a nightmare to put on. It's a nightmare to take off. It's thick, it's chunky, it's gross. I do not like it. I'm using the Clinique High Impact Mascara, just because I am trying to get through all my mascara samples. Now that Sephora Playbox is done with, I am trying to use up all my samples in my sample drawer of things that go bad quickly, like mascaras, before I buy more. Stay back. Stay. Seriously. By the way, just so you guys know, I really don't like this mascara. It makes my eyelashes droopy. It makes them look heavy. I do not like it. One bit. I'm just trying to use it up. To finish my eyes today, I'm just going to take that little brush again, and I'm going in with the shade Bucked, which is just a neutrally brown. Taking that on the outer corner. And then I'm going to take that tiny little brush again, going back in with Bribe, right on that inner corner and underneath the first part of the tear duct. I can't talk. I need to drink at least 3 cups of coffee before I film, apparently, or sleep more than a couple hours. I've been staying up late watching the news and everything that's going on, so yeah. Alright, I'm using the Kylie Jenner Candy K lip liner today. And then I'm going to top that with the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip, and this is in the shade PS. I love the way this lip gloss smells. It smells like vanilla cupcakes, and it's magic. Alright, you guys, here is the final look. It's more of a just very neutrally basic kind of makeup look. I just wasn't feeling anything super out there lately. Just wanted something really toned down. This is something that is great for if you're doing like a lot of Zoom calls, video conferencing, working from home, having to do meetings, stuff like that. This kind of makeup look reads really, really well on camera, especially webcams and things like that. So if you need to have a more professional look for work, then something like this is really nice to do. And of course, you can change out products, use different things like that to get a very similar look if you don't have these exact products. But I don't think I know anyone who doesn't have an Urban Decay Naked palette of some sort in their house. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. I wanted to say hi to all my new subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I promise that things will start smoothing out and getting into more of a normal flow as things in the world start chilling out a bit. Hopefully soon things will start adjusting back to normal and we will find vaccines and, you know, the other situations going on will get the attention they deserve from the people who need to be paying attention and fixing things, and hopefully just everything improves. I mean, we need this whole year to improve. So anyway, I'm rambling again. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You guys can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Even though I am mostly on Twitter and Instagram, I pretty much live on Twitter. Fair warning, the majority of my Twitter posts are BTS related. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again very, very soon. Bye.